The HOA sent us a letter complaining that there was an empty spot in our front yard and demanded us to replace it. But today would have also been my brother's 34th birthday. So instead of planting something for the HOA, I'm planting something for my brother. So let's garden on. So I've decided to add a Japanese dwarf juniper. Now junipers can get pretty big, but this is a dwarf, so it won't get as big. So the zones for a Japanese dwarf juniper are typically around zones 4 to 9. We're in zone 9, so right on the edge of those zones. And typically, I probably would stay away from something close to the edge. It looks pretty good, so I'm going to take the chance. Summers, I'm just going to make sure I water and protect it and make sure that, you know, like I said, nice and protected. But I think it'll be a good tree to plant in my brother's memory. So let's go ahead and get this one today. But if you're around in the Houston area, go check JRN. They have a ton of fruit trees, but they have really good prices. Some of the best prices I've seen in any kind of nursery. So when we were on our way out, we saw these mums. So you wouldn't believe the price of these mums. These mums are huge, $27.99. Really good price for some mums of this size. So we're going to get these today too, to add to the fall aspects of the front yard garden. But yeah, these mums look great. All right, so I'm back from the nursery. Time to get this juniper planted in memory of my brother Andrew. So there used to be a tree planted here, but a couple years ago we had a freeze and it killed it. And so now the HOA wants us to replace it. So hopefully there's no sprinkler line over here, and that the people who built the house didn't bury a tree on top of any kind of, you know, water lines or anything. I don't think there is, but I'm just be careful just in case there is. So I thought I was going to need a stump grinder, but this old tree basically rotted away. So don't need, looks like that's going to be good right there. So before I plant this tree, I'm going to add a little bit of manure to the bottom of the planting hole. So when I went inside to ask the cashier the price of this tree, I showed him a picture and he said $39.99. I thought that was, wow, that's a really good price. I'm definitely going to get that. Of course, that was too good to be true, and I figured it would. But the actual price of this tree was $169.99. He must have thought I was talking about another tree. Oh, well, you know, that price is still a pretty good price. It's not as good as $39.99. Excuse me if I sound out of breath. It's really hot today. I haven't been outside a while, but before I plant this tree, I'm going to try to break apart the root ball just a little bit. You know, don't be afraid to break this root ball apart. Try to help the tree grow better. Yeah, so $169.99 isn't that bad of a price, considering a tree like this at some of my other nurseries around town would cost a lot more than this. So for this style tree, for this size, and this type of tree, which is a Japanese dwarf juniper, pretty good price still, but obviously not as good as $39.99, which seemed too good to be true, and it was. So this soil right here is nothing special. It's just some in-ground organic soil. It has like forest products and different types of compost in it too. We're gonna use this to plant this tree today. Well, happy heavenly birthday, Andrew. I hope you like your tree. Yeah, you would have been 34 today. Again, this tree is for Andrew, not for the HOA. And also going to put those mums on the other side of the yard too. But till next time, catch you on the flip side of the garden. Thanks for watching.